Imagine dying only to wake up in a realm where your soul is tested. And no, I'm not talking about Christianity. Where your heart will be tested. And gods that guard doors with animal heads are real. The duat, the Egyptian underworld. If you want to live forever, you have to survive it. So this video is going to be about how to pass the duat and teaching you about the ancient Egyptian journey through the afterlife. The duat is not just like a hell or a heaven like with Christianity. I would definitely say that Christianity stole this religion and just changed up a few things or inspired by it, because ancient Egyptian religion was thousands of years before Christianity. Long before the Bible, Jesus, because ancient Egyptian religion started around 3000 BCE, lasting through the Old, Middle, and New Kingdoms. Like literally over 3000 years of religious development. The earliest written parts of the Bible, the Old Testament, the Bible in general, is 1000 through 500 BCE. That's literally over 2,000 years of Egyptian religion. Things like the pyramid text, the coffin text, and the Book of the Dead was already developed. But let's talk about the story. So I'm just gonna pop in and just talk about how there's similarities. Like, wow, that's in the Bible, but it's just twisted up a little bit. Like, strange, dangerous, and divine. It's a realm beneath the earth where the sun god Ra would travel each night, and where the souls of the dead followed him. There were rivers of fire, caverns of shadows, floating islands. Sun god Ra, God in the Bible, rivers of fire in ancient Egypt, rivers of fire in the Bible. Yeah, I would definitely say they were inspired. I want to say stolen for real, but we're going to keep it friendly. Say it was inspired. Because like I already said in the beginning of this video, ancient Egyptian religion was in 1000 BCE. Thousands and thousands of years before Christianity, the Bible, the Old Testament, Jesus, Christianity. So, yeah. If you're watching this on TikTok, watch the full YouTube video. So you can see the beginning of my video where I say this is literally 1,000 years before Christianity. Back to the story. There are portals that were guarded by gods and beasts. I think it's pretty cool. Like, wow, there are portals that were guarded by gods and beasts. Ancient Egyptian religion. But don't get it twisted. This place is not evil. Like, I know most, or if you want to say some of you Christians, usually feel like, oh, if you don't believe in God, Jesus Christ, fuck your religion. I don't really care, just be saved by God, saved by Jesus Christ, whatever the fuck. But even though hearing something different is scary, this place is not evil. If you can go through this transformation, you will be reborn. They do talk about in the Bible being reborn, walking in newness of life, stuff like that. So once again, another similarity from ancient Egyptian religion that they were inspired by, or stole ancient religion and just twisted it up and just made it their own, because that's what they did, because this was before Christianity. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that. Like thousands of years, guys. Thousands of years before Christianity. And then Christianity comes out and then spins stuff that's from this story into different things. That shit is crazy. Not just reborn. You will be reborn as an immortal. Ancient Egyptians believed that your soul wasn't just one thing. To survive death, all 5 parts of your body would need to be in harmony. Ka, your life force, like the battery of your body. The Ba, your personality and your uniqueness. Ak, your transformed, luminous self, could walk among the gods. Shud, your shadow always tied to you. And the Ren, your true name if it was ever forgotten. Your soul would fade forever. Without your name spoken, your ka fed, and your ba free, you couldn't pass. After death, your body was mummified, your name was written. Your loved ones read the book of the dead. Not a book about death, but coming forth by day. It guided your soul through the 12 hours of night, each hour a new trial. In the early hours, you encounter spirits and the guardians of the gate. By hour 5, you face chaos beings, giant serpents, lake of fire. You must name them, command them, or die again. Later, you transform and you become Ak, light, pure, radiant, but not yet safe. By hour 12, you reach judgment. At the heart of the Duat lies the Hall of Mat. Stand before Osiris, the ruler of the underworld. Thoth the scribe writes everything down, and 42 divine judges ask you one by one, did you live with truth? You have to speak almost like a ritual. I have not stolen. I have not caused pain. I have not lied. Just like in the Bible, the 10 Commandments, they do not want you to steal. They do not want you to lie. Osiris was resurrected, just like Jesus. Wow! This is why I say they stole it and just twisted some stuff up to make it theirs. But like whatever, inspired. It's okay. If your heart is light of a feather of Mot, then you would pass. But if your heart is heavy, full of guilt, deceit, hate, is fed to Amit, the devourer, you are erased forever. So how do you survive the Duat? How do you survive the afterlife? How can you win? First, you must live by Mot. Mot is not just a goddess, it's the law of the universe, truth, balance, and justice. You can't bribe your way through the Duat. Second, you must know the names. Every gate, every serpent, every god had a secret name. If you knew it, you passed. If you didn't, you would be stopped. Third, you would need the right spells, the right amulets. Your tomb had to be prepared. Your ka had to be fed by offerings. Your ren had to be spoken by the living. They had to remember you. If you succeeded, you were not just saved, you were transformed. You can join Ra on his solar boat, rising again with the dawn, or live forever in the field of the reeds. Paradise where you eat, drink, love, walk beside the gods. You could visit the living, travel the stars. You were free. But if you failed, you wandered, trapped, erased. The Duat was not punishment, it was purification. The soul was tested and made new. The story of the Duat is not just about death, it's about what we carry in life. Whether we lived in truth. Ancient Egyptians knew that death isn't the end, it's a gate. Whether you pass through it depends on your heart. So, in the story, I'm talking about the hours and how. So, in the story, in this religion, I'm talking about the hours and what each hour signify and what you have to do in order to reach paradise. How to be with Osiris. I feel like with Christianity, they just simplified it down. Instead of doing all that work, it's basically do this, do this, do this, do this of the 10 Commandments. And if you're a good person, you will reach eternal life with Jesus Christ and God. And just like how I was saying, death isn't the end, it's a gate. And then in Christianity religion, you will die here, but you will have forever with Jesus Christ and God. So, yeah, they just changed some shit up. But, I know a lot of people are still gonna argue and just be angry and just whatever. Like, that's not my business. I'm gonna be honest, that's not my business. I just told the facts. The facts is This ancient religion came way before Christianity. You want to stay in your belief system? I don't really give a fuck. I'm gonna be honest. But like, yeah, I'm just telling the facts. And I found the story very, very interesting because people don't like to talk about it because Christianity is really just a big thing to be, and if you're not that, Christians will hate you. So yeah, just want to talk about this. Opened your eyes to the truth of ancient Egypt. Like this video, share it, and subscribe so I can get monetized and I can help my cat get the needed surgery he needs. I need about 1,000 subscribers, so thank you if you're subscribed. It really means a lot to me. I've got more coming. Stories of the tomb, the gods, and the dead. Till then,